all agree that I did not wait 3 years for you, John, to be such a little bitch. Hello, my name is Gemma. If you haven't already known by now, I'm just a little bit obsessed with Sherlock. Just a little bit. Just a tiny, weeny, tiny bit. So obviously now that Six Thatchers is out, I've got to tell you what I think about it, because otherwise this is a wasted opportunity for me to get to talk obsessively about something that I really love. I'm going to be splitting this review down into general overarching plot and what I felt, different characters and how I reacted to them in that episode, and also my hopes and my guesses for what's going to happen in the next few episodes. So, how I felt about the episode generally. Generally, I've got to admit, I really liked it. I know a lot of people are saying that they felt the episode wasn't as strong as other standalone Sherlock episodes, and that I agree with. However, I'm aware, and I know the writers have talked about this before, that this series is very much a interconnected series when it comes to how the episodes relate to each other. I think what we do have to take into account is that this is the first episode and we haven't got the context yet of the other episodes in the series to balance it out with. So therefore I feel there's a lot of things in this episode which we're going to have more explained to us in later episodes which don't necessarily make sense now. I thought the cinematography in this episode was so gorgeous. I mean, I don't know what budget they had for Sherlock, but let me just tell you now, it is being used well. The sharks and the way that they swam across the screen, the way that behind Mycroft the wall looked like it had exploded like one of the Thatcher heads. Fantastic CGI, guys. Well done. You did proud. The set looked amazing. I personally really liked the glowing skull in the background. Okay, yes, it was slightly distracting, but according to Arwell, it's the text of A Study in Scarlet, which is what makes up the picture of the skull, so I think that's a really cool thing to include. The only thing I would say, me and a couple of other people on Tumblr have noticed that when John is typing up on his blog, it's a photo. It says JPEG John's blog on it in the top left-hand corner. And a couple of other times as well in the episode when people are using phones, I'm like, guys, we can see you're not phoning anyone and it's just on the home screen image. We can see that. Why would you go into all of this effort putting this amazing cinematography in and have not told the actors, look guys, you can't wiggle the mouse on the screen because otherwise you're gonna see that it's a JPEG image. Unless this is all a big ruse and actually this is all meant to be an image of John's blog. I hope that is the case and it's not just the fact that Martin Freeman has wiggled the mouse too much on the laptop. There we are. And also on top of that, water is gay, so if you ever want to see that matter, go on a Quietly Prin's Tumblr or look on the TGLC Explained videos. Just go do it. It's an interesting watch. I recommend highly. And now on to the characters. Oh boy, do I have a lot to say. Any person who's actually properly watched this show already knew that Sherlock was an absolute baby. And I think it's in this episode where the rest of the world actually finally realised what a fucking fluffball he actually is. Several points where this was demonstrated quite clearly. Let's just name a couple, should we? Just quickly off the bat, are those ginger biscuits? Hashtag oh what a beautiful morning. Keeping a photo of Rosie on his phone and showing it to people like Mycroft, like hello, this is a small child. I like this small child, please give it to you. If you'd like to keep the rattle, do not throw the rattle. My favourite line in the entirety of this thing, the way he calls baby Watson, like, his equally adorable relationship with the dog, Toby. Was it entirely necessary for Sherlock to ruffle Toby's ears in such an endearing and adorable way? No. Did we have it anyway? Oh yeah, you bet we did. Pirate baby Sherlock in a pirate hat and a yellow jumper. Ring any bells to anyone? Oh my god. Also the way he reacts towards John in this episode. You know I value your contributions. And the small shy glance he does when he says that. And the look up. Oh my god. Also the, you just like this dog, don't you? Well, I like you. The, I need to know what to do. About what? About John. You just want to fuck me up, don't you? There was also some amazing character development in this. We all know Sherlock's an arrogant sod sometimes, and it took Vivian Norbury for him to realise the literally lethal consequences of his arrogance. And then he's in therapy. Actually, I don't like that. It just makes me sad. Quite in contrast to this episode was John. John, you little bitch, 2K17. Let's just do a quick rundown. John, this isn't even the first, not even the second. This is in fact the third time in this series when you've been taken away and coerced into doing something you don't want to do with an attractive woman acting as some sort of red herring, okay? We've been here before. Not only that, not only did you not realise, John, that whoever this random red woman on a bus is evil, and I'm just calling it out here now. This is not going to end well in any way, shape or form. You decided to continue texting her. Hey, oh, let's just cheat on my wife. Okay, John. Oh, did Sherlock make a vow? Oh, let me just remind you, John, you made some vows too. Just the marriage ones. Yeah, just those ones. Just saying. I mean, like, if you're not going to be with Sherlock, at least be with Mary in a good way, okay? People are making fun of the mooing. John's mooing as Mary dies. Look, guys, if you were grieving that much, and I do imagine that John is feeling guilty at this point, he wasn't there to save her. He hasn't exactly been on the best terms with her before this has happened. There is this odd, like, space between John and Mary throughout the entirety of the episode, whether that be the random seat in between them on the plane, the way they sit together on the sofa. Even when Mary dies, there's this, I feel, weird space between them. John, you haven't addressed that, and now she's died, and now it's too late to address that. With all of these emotions put together, is it any wonder that he's making that noise? That is not a noise of necessarily just sadness. That is just grief and anger and upset. Like, guys, that is how people react when they're grieving and when they're angry. And is it then any wonder, no matter how much he's being a little bitch about it, that he does blame Sherlock? Because, let's be honest, John is not one to talk about his feelings. And if he's going to have an opportunity to shove his feelings onto something else and turn it into something else, he's going to. If that means that he's going to blame Sherlock, even though Sherlock has literally done not a single thing wrong. He didn't exactly go, yeah, Mary, hi, if you can just, like, stand in front of me with the bullet coming towards me, that'd be fine. But of course John is going to blame Sherlock because he's not exactly going to confront feelings himself. Look, John, we've had a history of this. We know you by now. Communicate, John. The most communication we have from John is John awkwardly staring at Sherlock and going, yes, some people fixate over things and they can't let them go. Are you okay, John? We're just gonna have to see what it's like in the next episode. Speaking of the next episode, what are my predictions for the next episode? If Sherlock does not admit by the end of the series that he is in love with John Watson, guys, I'm gonna lose my shit. I mean, we've already got I Love You on the trailer. Who's exactly gonna be saying to, huh? The Skull? Again, just my opinions. If you have a different opinion to me, I totally respect that. I also think Mary's alive. I do think Mary's alive. I think that death was too quick. Is she evil or not? I think remains to be seen. The Go to Hell Sherlock. Hell could be the place in Norway. If you don't know, Hell is a real life place in Norway, and seeing as Mary was in Norway in that episode, it could just be that she's saying, literally go to hell, or she's actually evil and everything we know about that episode is completely untrue, which actually, if we think about what we've seen of Sherlock so far, is not that hard to believe. So what do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen in the next episode? What do you think is going to happen in the next series? Tell me what you think down below. All opinions welcome. I will respond to all of the comments because I want to talk about Sherlock. If you want to see more of these reviews and you want to see me do reviews for the next 2 episodes as well, just let me know and give it a like, give it a comment, give it a subscribe. Follow me on social media. This awkward thumbs up, yay! And I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye!